everybody? T-Prar once again. Hope you all had a relaxing, enjoyable hiatus. I know I did. I binged the entirety of seasons 1 through 3 of Star vs. the Forces of Evil, and I'm already eagerly awaiting the day it picks up again. I've also seen The Incredibles 2, Hotel Transylvania 3, and Christopher Robin. All very enjoyable movies. But now, we're back with the second half of My Little Pony Friendship is Magic Season 8. We've got 2 episodes premiering on the same day. Lucky us, huh? Well, first, we're going to see what happens when Starlight Glimmer, guidance counselor of the School of Friendship, is put in charge when the headmare's away, and a certain chaotic draconequus decides to play dirty. Without further ado, let's jump right into Season 8, Episode 14, A Matter of Principles. Clever, but a bit out of place since the term principle isn't used within the episode. But hey, semantics. Let's get to it! Look at these treasures.
Tell me what these are. Whoa.
Potential Horcruxes?
Nope. They're all legendary magical artifacts.
Good job, Ocellus.
I've read ahead in Equestrian Cultures and Camaraderie, Volume 7.
You're a studious
You're
one,
right,
Cinnamon
Ocellus.
Bug.
This is the Amulet of Aurora, the Talisman of Mirage, the Helm of Yixler, the Crown of Grover, Knuckerbocker's Shell, and Clover the Clever's Cloak.
All priceless pieces of every creature's history. So the changelings had a talisman, the dragons had a shell, the hippogriffs had an amulet. We're bringing up King Grover and Clover the Clever again. And I'm guessing Yixler is where the axe got Yixlerbertfest from. There's just something so impressive about a collection of artifacts or possessions left behind by famous figures in history. Like with the pillars. They have a real sense of grandeur to them, you know?
And the gems are real. Not that I tasted them.
Sure,
Princess
Spike.
Celestia gifted these to our school, since they each represent one of the cultures our students come from. And we'll learn all about them with a spellvenger hunt.
And here I thought Pinky and Rarity were the only ones to make
Is that
verbal
a pony
portmanteaus.
It's a magical scavenger hunt. Each of you will work in pairs to try to find where in the school these artifacts are hidden.
High
The
five!
team that finds most wins a private tour of the Canterlot archives with Princess Celestia.
Sweet deal.
Learning and fun? Does it get any better than that?
Ever the
Been on the
adorable
water a
optimist, aren't you,
long
Silverstream?
time, haven't you? Gallus and Silverstream? Sounds like you're our first pair.
Oh, you guys hear that?
They'll make a great team.
That's not the issue, your
That
studiousness.
ain't glowing.
That's the issue. But I want you guys to remember the way that glow looks, for later reference. To the castle!
Wait, you
Hello,
all
girls.
on this friendship quest too?
It must be a really important one.
And terribly far away.
All the way on the other side of the map.
Just getting there will take days.
Do y'all know what this means? There won't be any teachers left to run the school.
Just like what Nace sneered about when Twi first proposed the school. But if you think a pony like her hasn't drawn up a plan for that since then you don't know Twilight Sparkle.
Should we send our students home? I say we take them with us! Round trip!
No,
In the middle
Pinky.
of my friendship quilting class. I think not. All of those unfinished seams.
Well, that's just too much for Rarity to handle.
Problem is, we don't even know how long we'll be gone.
Don't worry, every pony. I already have a 70-point plan in place for this very situation.
See? What'd I tell ya?
You want me to be headmare?
Hiya, Starlight.
Good choice. You're a good leader and an expert in friendship.
She's
I
got faith
trust
in
you
you,
to run the
Glims.
school exactly as I would.
That's a pretty big responsibility, Twilight.
Which
But
is
she's
why
not
I've
taking
learned
no for an
everything you
answer. Bring it in, Spike.
need. The curriculum, rules for the spellvenger hunt, dining hall menus for the next 6 months.
Got a lot of free time to plan that far in your studiousness?
You're not really gonna be gone that long, are you?
and Spike.
Number one
Anything that
assistant.
isn't covered in my files, he'll be able to help you with.
Then why not put him in charge?
No.
You think he wants to go through
Thanks.
that again?
Being a princess for Twilight was hard enough.
I'm gonna pretend that made sense.
Don't
But
ask.
If you're sure it's what you really want, I promise I won't let you down.
Atta
I
girl.
knew I could count on you.
Great. What could possibly go wrong?
Well, now you just jinxed yourself by asking that, Glimmy. Also, cute pouty face. Bye, girls.
Goodbye, Rarity!
Spike.
Come back soon, please.
Hello, Discord.
I hate goodbyes, don't you? I just go to pieces.
Literally.
What a nice surprise.
How you doing,
This
Disky?
is your first time at our new school, isn't it?
Oh, was I not invited to the grand opening? Friends and Family Day, baccalaureate? I hadn't noticed.
You would think that some point he would have invited him. Fluttershy at the very least. The place for every creature, after all.
Well, at least you're here now.
That doesn't really make it
Why
better,
are you
Glims.
here now?
To fill in for Twilight, of course, as head draconequus.
Well, aren't we
Simply wrote a whole
presumptuous?
song about how this school is where you make your own rules. Now, who better at that than me?
Then
He's got a
also must have
point.
heard Starlight is in charge now.
Really? I thought there must be some mistake.
Well, you thought wrong.
Nope. Twilight picked me for the job, and she left pretty detailed instructions for me to follow.
Well, I'm sure that she wouldn't mind if I made a few tiny suggestions.
That depends on your definition of
Item
tiny.
1, gravity is optional.
He does hate gravity.
Item 2, the school's new mascot is an ambidextrous marmoset.
No. Just no.
Item 3,
Not gonna
Yoink.
happen. I promised Twilight I'd handle this her way. So thanks, but no thanks.
Way to take charge, Glimmy.
really? Well, we'll see if you change your mind.
Well, that was ominous.
Uh-oh. When we play ogres and oubliettes and he puts that many E's and really, things don't usually end well.
Don't worry,
Spike knows.
Discord and I are old Save Equestria buddies. He'll be fine.
Sure, but
Next
have
on
you really
Twilight
hung
says-
out since then? He's not as close with you as he is with Fluttershy.
Okay. I hid the artifacts for the Spellvenger hunt and ordered school supplies for the week. All you have to worry about is teaching class.
Good work,
Thanks,
little
Spike.
buddy.
Maybe we will get through this okay.
Yes, again. You ever consider going into interior decorating,
Come in.
Disky?
You'll let the Twittermites out.
So Twittermites are real.
Discord, what are you doing?
Being Discord.
No pony was at your desk. Imagine what Twilight would say. Oh, how could you, Starlight? You've broken my trust and failed me completely.
Come on, Disky. Starlight has enough problems without that sort of thing weighing her down.
Oh, don't worry, I'll cover for you. By the way, I hope you like Limburger cheese. I got a month's supply for the teacher's lounge.
How thoughtful. Hey, you.
We'll take it from here, Discord. Go relax. Have a cup of tea. At home.
Far from here.
Oh, some thanks for all my help. And after I hired all those substitute teachers for you.
Oh, cut the guilt trip
Actually,
act.
that does sound kind of helpful. And it was next on our to-do list.
True, but he's not saying who he hired. Also, ick.
Which teachers did you hire?
You really want to know?
They call it making friends because you have to make creatures be your friends. Show
That
me
is
what you
wrong
got,
on
gal.
so many levels.
Be my friend.
If
Poor
you're
Yona.
quiet, I don't buy it.
Be my friend.
I've heard pudding that's more convincing.
What kind of pudding have you been eating?
Be my friend.
Now look what you did, Will.
That's not how Twilight teaches friendship.
Nope. Hello, Cranky.
Some field trip. Where's my iced tea?
Does Matilda know about this?
This is too cold. Now it's too hot.
You have remarkable patience for this, Gallus.
Now it's too tea-flavored. You call yourselves friends?
Good grief.
That is definitely not how Twilight teaches friendship.
Definitely not. Really, Discord? Silver Stream.
A tree as a teacher?
Its schedule was free.
Good
Guys,
lord.
that's not just any tree.
Bless you.
It's a dragon sneeze tree.
I still want to know who the hell first bred such a weirdly specific tree, and why it's still around if ponies and dragons are friends now. Better clear out, everyone. And Smolder, go get some fresh air. Clear up your sinuses.
Wait, calm down, every creature. It's gonna be okay.
Assertive yak on the loose.
My. You do seem like you're in over your head. Won't Twilight be so disappointed with how you're running her school?
It wouldn't be this way if you weren't the one causing all the problems and putting students in danger, you jackass!
Discord, this is all your fault.
Like I said.
I thought you were in charge here.
Oh, don't bring up that whole first rule of leadership thing.
What I need is for you to leave.
Or, you could talk this over, come to a better understanding, maybe work something out to benefit both parties? All you're doing is giving him more reason to keep up this dance, Starlight.
Happy now?
Very
Come on,
funny.
Discord. You know that's not what she means.
Fine. From now on, I won't try to help at all.
And that's ominous, too.
Thanks, Spike. Let's just hope he stays gone.
Don't count on it, Glims.
I think Discord's trying to test you.
But why? I thought we were friends.
Well, that's kind of what he does. Even the ponies or dragons he cares about.
Oh,
He
well,
does do that a
I'm ready
lot,
for it.
usually with
I
Twilight.
told Twilight I'd run her school right, and I'm gonna keep that promise, no matter what.
Now that's the talk of a true leader, Starlight. However, while you should make sure the school runs properly, trying to constantly sweep problems under the rug instead of properly addressing them isn't going to make things easier. Also, that portrait is adorable. Very sneaky.
Good morning, students.
A new day, a fresh start.
Since the professors left for their trip, but I've brought in new teachers.
Hello, Spitfire,
Everything
Trixie,
should run
Maud.
smoothly. Now it's time for class, and don't forget, this afternoon is the Spellbinger Hunt.
Exciting, huh? Look who's last to join
Fellow
us.
creatures. Is this seat taken?
Welcome, class. You may call me the great and powerful Professor Trick.
Okay, who didn't mute their phone?
That's so inconsiderate.
Banana
Oh,
phone.
I better take
I see what they did there.
Hello? Oh, he did not. And what did you say?
How much you want to bet he does this at the movies, too?
Discord, why are you here?
That's
Why,
right,
this
she
is
still
no
doesn't
friendship,
like
of
him.
course, unless you don't think you're good enough to teach me.
Ooh, burn!
No fruit calls in my class.
Now that's a rule you don't hear often.
Magic is the most important element of friendship. So today, I, the great and powerful Trixie, will put on a magic show.
Hey, I'd take a class taught by Trixie. Presto! Hi, Derpy. Hello, Ursa Major.
Oh, I'm learning so much, aren't you?
Yeah, I'm learning how big of a jerk you can be. Sorry, Trixie.
Hello? What exactly is a long-distance plan?
Oh boy.
Take a lap, team.
They just did, Coach.
Actually, we just finished Professor Spitfire's workout.
Sounds like some pony needs a little motivation.
Oh jeez. Sweetie Drops won't be happy about this.
I've never run so fast in my life! This is great!
Keep finding that silver lining, Silverstream.
Coach, we need a break.
Friendship is about honesty, so believe me when I say, we're not stopping!
Don't you hate coaches like that?
Yona can't run faster!
Why is it always Yona being put in the worst danger? Nice save.
Discord, that's enough! Endangering students crosses the line! I don't know why you're trying to ruin this school, but it stops now!
Or else.
I wouldn't be so sure.
Oh, you're asking for it.
Warning.
Hey, take it easy, Starlight. Discord's your friend, remember?
Not the way he's acting.
She's right, Discord. What's your problem?
My problem? How is the fact that Twilight decided to put an incompetent, power-hungry unicorn in charge of her school my problem?
Oh boy. That was really uncalled for. Still, I don't think he really means what he's saying. Nicole Dubuck herself said that he's just trying to egg her on, so to prove his point by making her attack him and prove she's unfit to be head mare. He's just getting under her skin like usual. Still, low blow, Discord. Low blow. And that, friends, is why you do not make an enemy out of Starlight Glimmer. She will wreck you. And it produced the effect Discord wanted.
I banished him from school grounds forever. He's fine.
That probably made things worse. Why didn't you just talk to Discord?
Because he's right about one thing. I've been doing a terrible job as headmare.
No,
Don't
you
say
haven't.
that, Glimmy.
Discord is just
He's the one causing the problems.
Maybe. But I wonder why me being in charge bothers him so much.
Don't worry, you'll find out.
After the Spellvenger hunt. Come on.
Can't neglect the Spellvenger hunt.
For this afternoon's Spellvenger hunt, you'll need to use the artifact's history to find where they're hidden in the castle. When you spot one, touch it with a magic shield to keep track of your score.
Pretty nifty.
Twilight left a list of your hunt partners before she left. I'll pass out the shields.
Ready, set, Spellvenger hunt!
Tally-ho!
Come on, we can use Twilight's observatory to watch the teams.
Happy hunting!
I hope you know where you're going. To the helm of Yixler!
Lead the way, Ocellus.
In our book, it says Yixler was an honorable yak warrior. Any enemies that saw him put down their weapons in peace. I think his artifact must be in one of these suits of armor.
Or on one of them.
I'm guessing that one.
Good guess, Smolder. One down!
One down, 5 to go.
Careful there, Slugger.
Aw, Ocellus and Smolder found their first artifact.
That's some telescope. That is trouble.
That's part of the Spellvenger hunt!
Run for it, girls!
Who is haunted? Not cool!
Not cool at all.
We're totally gonna win this Spellvenger hunt!
Yeah, I doubt
This
that.
is a
But at
library.
least I know where one of the artifacts is. Saw Spike hiding yesterday.
Wow. Either I need to question your scruples, or Spike wasn't being very discreet. Also, check out these portraits. There's King Grover. Good thing Pinky's not around. She has a weird thing for the guy. Or at least his statue. Yixler and Aurora. It's neat to see how they looked as they were. Found the crown.
Grover. Score! They say it's magic, and King Grover used it to become the first ruler of Griffinstone. I know. Pretty sweet, right?
You paid attention in class!
What?
She is never gonna let you forget this, buddy.
Whoa!
3D painting!
Not quite. There's Mirage. As for this one, since we already know Clover the Clever was a stallion, I'm not sure who this is supposed to be. Well, Ocellus wasn't wrong. The school is haunted by Discord, Equestria's answer to Peeves the Poltergeist.
Yeah, that's definitely Discord. This is not good.
I thought you banished him from the school.
Only his body. Apparently his ghost can come and go just fine.
Don't you
So,
hate
we have to
loopholes
stop
like that?
How? No offense, but I don't think magic is the answer against Discord.
This time, I'm not using magic.
Glimmy's got an idea.
What you wanna look for?
The shell of Knickerbocker. It's like a
Not
seashell,
Knickerbocker.
But if you blow into it, you call it dragon. There's a sweet poem in her book about it. Climb to the heights with dragon flight.
Not bad, Sandbar.
Flight of stairs.
You wanna take Pony word for it?
Good idea.
Huh?
Oh, gross.
What's happening?
Yona not know, but Yona do know. Yona not like Salvador Hunt!
It's been eventful, to say the least. Having a blast, are we? Never a dull moment at this school, huh?
Every creature, stop!
Have no fear, Starlight's here.
Haunted! It's not haunted, it's Discord.
The one and only.
Mayor Starlight, look at me, look! I won the Spellventure hunt. Well done, me. Now, what's my prize?
Detention.
Nice one,
Well,
Spike.
that's disappointing.
Good
Discord,
catch.
you can't keep messing up the school.
On the contrary, I think I rather can and will.
Wanna bet?
Then I have just one thing to say to you.
Better listen up.
Go on.
I'm sorry.
What?
Weren't expecting that, were ya?
I had to stop thinking like a headmare and start thinking like a guidance counselor to finally understand. You felt left out.
Hit the nail on the head.
I don't know what you're getting at.
No pony ever invited you to the school, and when you offered to help, I didn't listen. I was so worried about doing things Twilight's way, I didn't stop to think about being a good friend.
Now, I know the implications that statement can raise for some, but consider this. What Starlight means is, she was so focused on trying to follow Twilight's guidelines to the letter, that she didn't allow for second opinions or suggestions, and never even attempted to negotiate peacefully with Discord, instead just constantly brushing him off. It has nothing to do with Twilight not being a good friend, though I admit the wording is a bit misleading.
I'd like to apologize for that, and offer you the job of vice headmare.
That might be going a little farther than necessary, Glimmy.
I accept.
All's forgiven, huh?
I mean, I suppose I can find some time in my busy schedule to help you out, but I will need my own office, expense account, parking space.
You're
Don't
new to the
push
world of
it.
education, aren't you?
Next time you want something, just ask for it, all right?
For
Then
once.
we miss out on all those delightful misadventures.
Basically, there'd be no story otherwise.
Now, Vice Headmare Discord, if you'll help me get the Spelvinger hunt back in order.
If you would be so kind.
Everything is re-hidden.
Careful there.
Well, with a few surprises.
Discord!
Look
I
who's
can't
back.
believe you tricked us into going on a friendship quest that wasn't real!
It was all just a wild goose chase.
A glamour spell on our cutie marks. A fake summons from the map. Hey, at least we got to go spelunking in that really creepy cave with all those eyeless worm creatures chasing us.
Well, at least you had fun, Pinky. But is no one going to question the fact that Discord's magic can mess with our cutie marks and the map? Should we be worried about this?
Oh, Jonah's so glad Pony's back.
Aww.
I'll get the feeling we missed something.
Oh,
Thanks
you
for
have
taking care
no
of this,
idea,
Starlight.
Jackie.
It was a challenge. But I think things turned out just the way you'd have handled them.
More or
This just
less.
means you're not Vice Headmare anymore.
Oh, pooh. I just ordered business cards.
So in the end, it was all for nothing. Sorry, Discord. Alrighty then. I know this episode isn't going to leave a favorable impression on some people for one reason or another, and I can understand why. However, that's still no reason to send Nicole Dubuck angry tweets and messages about it. I can't believe this is even still happening. What is it going to take to understand that taking grievances out on the staff accomplishes nothing but proving oneself to just be petty and selfish? And not just for MLP, but for any franchise. Star Wars gets it bad enough from fans who are never satisfied. I won't go into a whole rant again, but I'm frankly disgusted that this still happens. And whoever does this ought to be ashamed of themselves. But let's get back to the episode itself, shall we? Headmare Twilight Sparkle has organized a magical scavenger hunt, or Spelvinger hunt, for the students, involving artifacts of important figures in the histories of every creature at the school. Unfortunately, she and the rest of the main six are unexpectedly called away on a map mission to a very far-off location, which would leave no teachers left at the school. So, Twilight puts guidance counselor Starlight Glimmer in charge, with Spike to help her out. This really shows how much Twilight's come to trust Starlight to put her in command of the whole school. In spite of a few trip-ups in the past, she's a natural-born leader and knows how to take charge. Plus, she's learned enough about friendship to even teach her old teacher a thing or two. Besides, Spike can't do it himself. He's already had his fling at playing princess, and it didn't work out so well for him, as we saw. Unfortunately, no sooner do Twine and the girls leave than our favorite Master of Chaos, Discord, shows up, apparently under the impression that he was going to be put in charge. Of course, considering the fact that he was never even invited to the grand opening, which I'll get to later on, that's pretty presumptuous of him. Starlight rather curtly brushes him off, which inspires him to start making things hard for her. First, he tries to help by changing up her office and hiring counterproductive substitute professors. Then, when Starlight blows him off again and starts putting things back on track, he starts actively getting in the way, disrupting classes and putting the students in danger. Starlight, naturally, has had enough, and after Discord taunts her some more, she forcibly banishes his body from the school grounds. Unfortunately, it puts her in a bad light by using such a violent and extreme course of action, which was what Discord was aiming for, to show she wasn't cut out to be head mare. All the while, she and Spike can't figure out why Discord has it out for her so badly, and if this is just a twisted test from him, like he's done in the past, mostly for Twilight. However, Starlight tries to get things going again with the Spelvinger hunt, putting the students in pairs to track down the Amulet of Aurora, the Talisman of Mirage, the Helm of Yixler, the Crown of Grover, Knuckerbocker's Shell, and Clover the Clever's Cloak. But things start going awry as suits of armor and painting start chasing the students, and a whole stairway turns to quicksand. As it turns out, while Discord's body was banished from the school grounds, he can send his spirit in to cause havoc, basically haunting the school. Thankfully, Starlight was able to calm things down and call Discord out, catching him off guard by apologizing, as she now knows what his deal is. Discord was feeling jealous and left out. No pony ever invited him to the school, and when he wanted to help out, Starlight brushed him off, so he lashed out. Was it petty? Well, yes, but then again, this isn't unusual behavior for Discord. Even after his reformation, he's shown himself to be rather selfish and prone to mischief regardless of others' feelings. But by the sound of it, Fluttershy hadn't even bothered to invite him to the opening of the school, and she's his best friend. A moment of unintentional insensitivity on Flutter's part, I'm sure. Heck, I hadn't even considered Discord being there, so I'm guilty of it too. He even stayed in to wear and back again that he's usually left out of ponies' considerations, like when Starlight, Trixie, and Thorax couldn't think of any more allies to help them. So Discord partly wanted to vent his frustrations out on Starlight, and partly wanted to test her to see if she was capable of running the school under duress. He could have just said what was on his mind, but he's not exactly the most forward about his feelings, and he admitted it was much more fun to troll Starlight. But Starlight felt responsible as well. She was put in charge of the school, and even if it was Discord who was causing the problems, and she had every right to be annoyed with him, all this was on her watch, so she felt like she was laying Twilight down by not being able to keep things under control. Not just that, but in trying to stick strictly to Twilight's guidelines to run the school, she never even attempted to negotiate terms with Discord or drop an agreeable middle ground with him. She just kept pushing him aside and yelling at him to stop messing things up, which only further inspired him to antagonize her. She had to step down from her place as head mare and think like a guidance counselor again, and that was how she understood why Discord was acting out. Admittedly, offering him the position of vice head mare seems like rewarding him for his bad behavior, but I'll get to that in a bit. Not too long after everything's settled, the main six return, disheveled and plenty pissed off. It turns out Discord had manipulated the girls' marks and the map to send them off on a false lead, and from what Pinky described, it was a harrowing adventure. Now, that seems completely irresponsible of Discord for putting Fluttershy, his best friend, in danger like that. But we all know he would never do anything to purposefully cause her harm. Nicole said that he was giving her a vacation of sorts, sending her off on an adventure with her friends. He's gotten to know her well enough to know she's a lot tougher than she looks, and if she's with her friends, she can't come to serious harm. I'm not saying it was a wise decision, and it was a pretty jerkish move on his part, but we all ought to know by now that he only has Fluttershy's best interest at heart, after all they've been through. Still, the girls are back, and Twilight's glad Starlight was able to keep the school running in her stead. And remember what I said about Discord being rewarded for his behavior? Well, with the main six back, he's no longer eligible for vice head mare. So, in the end, after all of his efforts to gain a position at the school, he walks away with nothing at all, making everything he did in that episode pointless. Not exactly a punishment befitting what he did, but he doesn't exactly get off scot-free either. Besides, if I know fic writers, they'll write up some good chewings out for him. An interesting episode to come back to, all in all. Until next time, see ya!